Romeo, Romeo, then let us call thy numbers.
Juliet, Juliet, then I shall take thy life.
Die, Romeo, thou stupid asshole.
I shall make thee regret the day of thy birth.
I shall make thee taste death.
Now you see, I was skeptical on the Macbeth performance, but they nailed Romeo and Juliet. Just saying. Popcorn? Hey guys, welcome back to the Brotherhood of Gaming. I'm your host, William Morris.
I'm your co-host, Eugene Morris.
And now, we get to talk about one of our favorite video game developers, Platinum Games. I tell you guys, when it comes to their high-octane action, it's something that we truly love on this channel and enjoy with their hack-and-slash games such as Mad World, Vanquish, Metal Gear Rising, and of course, Bayonetta.
Recently, however, there have been some cracks that have appeared in its foundation. Examples include the high-profile flop, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants in Manhattan, the long-awaited Star Fox Zero, getting a decidedly mixed reaction, and the sudden cancellation of Scalebound, which was going to be an action RPG for Microsoft platforms. Man, this has just been kind of a lackluster year for Xbox owners.
And now Platinum Games has teamed up with Square Enix to give us Nier Automata, the sequel to 2010's Nier. So, is it any good? Only one way to find out. Here's our review.
Heavy damage. Standard complex legal test estimated. Initiating short range control. Activating short-range attack gear.
Truth be told, this is not a direct sequel to Nier, as this game takes place 8,000 years later with only a few references here and there. So, this is pretty much a sequel in the same vein as Tales of Phantasia being a sequel to Tales of Symphonia. Ultimately, they just share the same world. The year is 11945 AD, and the planet Earth has come under attack by an alien invasion who used killer robots to do their dirty work.
So stereotypical.
What's left of humanity is forced to flee to the moon. In response to the invaders, they invent a race of combat androids to fight on their behalf. These androids are known as the Yora. Now, think Terminators, but if they were dressed up in something from Christian Grey's imagination. They are controlled by the Bunker, a satellite that orbits the planet. There are three main characters. First, there is 2B, a female android who specializes in close-quarters combat. She presents a calm and cool exterior. Next, we have 9S, a scanner android whose forte is hacking into enemy machines, and is more of a free spirit as compared to his fellow android counterparts, and a bit of a smartass. Finally, there is the mysterious 8-2, an obsolete model who has become a renegade and is now a wanted fugitive. 2B and 9S are sent down to Earth to join up with the android resistance camp located in the ruins of an ancient city. They soon start to clear out the enemy machines, but begin to notice something is strange. Up until this point, the robots were just mindless automations, but now it appears that they are expressing emotions. They even meet a village of pacifist robots who have broken free from the machine's network and only want to live in peace. Things really get crazy when they witness the birth of Adam and Eve, a pair of humanoid robots, who reveal the true fate of the alien invaders.
Time grows short. This year, this is the fate that befell our creators.
As for your beloved humans, I guess we'll see, won't we?
As the story continues, everything 2B and 9S have come to know and start to unravel right in front of them, leading to many, many tragic results. Now, if you have played as many Japanese RPGs as we have, you may start to notice some familiar story elements, with things not being what they appear, dealing with prejudice, unrequited love, and so forth. Not saying that the story is bad, however. No, trust us, far from it. The story is told well enough. I mean, just stuff we've kind of seen before. We won't delve deep into the spoiler territory, I mean, if you would like to experience it all for yourself. The story may not overall be anything extraordinary, but it is still compelling enough to keep you invested. To get the full impact of the story, though, you will have to beat the game multiple times. In the first playthrough, you control the character 2B. On the second playthrough, the game has you going through the same events, only this time from 9S's perspective. Here, you also learn more about the surrounding world. In the third playthrough, you alternate between 9S and A2. There are more than 20 endings that this game has. Now, don't be too anxious. Most of these endings are kind of bad or joke endings that appear as small text before kicking you back to the main menu, which I guess is kind of okay for a laugh. Oh, but yeah, guys, word of advice. When you start the game, or if you're in a boss fight, be careful not to take a wrong turn, or you might accidentally just trigger one of these endings. One important thing to keep in mind is that there is no autosaving in this game. Let me repeat that, people. There is no auto-save. In fact, one of the NPCs goes out of their way to mention that to you at the beginning of the game. In order to save your progress, you have to find these access points throughout the area. When you locate them, you can quick save your game and read your email alerting you to some new missions. This game also really likes to play around with the whole Android thing. When there is a loading screen, it looks like your character is booting up, which is pretty cute. When you die, however, your consciousness gets downloaded back into the bunker, and it gets re-uploaded to your new body. If you go back to the place where you bit the dust, you can recover your old body. You also have the option of repairing it to bring it back to life, or absorbing it to regain your old equipment.
Am I the only one that's completely disturbed that you're destroying nothing but robots in this game? Oh, I'm sorry, Rob. Did you say something? Oh, nothing. Just lamenting my robotic existence with you two morons. Wonder if Pat the NES punk is in the openings.
Side quests are a major part of this game. Platinum Games themselves have admitted that they were inspired by CD Projekt Red's The Witcher 3, and oh, it shows. As side quests are a great way to flesh out this world around you. By performing odd jobs for the characters in this world, you learn more about them, as well as gaining experience, money, and parts that you will no doubt need for your inventory. The city Ruins functions as this game's central hub world. From here, you can access other areas of the game, such as a desert zone, a forest zone, underground caves, Disneyland? The hell? Okay. The camera is primarily in third-person mode, but there will be sections where it will switch to a side-scroller. It really adds to the atmosphere of this game. At first, you will have to travel on foot, but when you press the dash button, you can hoof it around faster than Jean's sister when she hears that there's a shoe sale going on at JCPenney.
Hey!
It's true.
Yeah, but still.
Eventually, the access points will allow you to transport to places that you've already visited. Within these areas, you can gather up items and equipment that you can use on your adventure, including shops where you can buy health items, enhancement items that increase your abilities for a period of time, purchasing and upgrading weapons for your arsenal, and chips that can boost your stats. The game is a semi-open world, as it does have large areas for you to fight in. However, there are a number of invisible walls that will funnel you to where you need to go.
Welcome to my beloved city.
The combat is silky smooth, as you'd expect from a Platinum Games title, but still ended up feeling more simplified when compared to something like Bayonetta. You have a double jump, dash, 2 melee attacks, and a ranged attack. With the melees, you can alternate between weak and heavy to perform combos. With the dash, if you time it just right, you can evade an attack and immediately counter. Pretty commonplace for these type of games. You can equip different weapons. For example, you can select a small sword for your weak attack and a spear for your heavy. The 9S's heavy attack is his hacking ability. When you lock onto an enemy, you can hack into its system. There you will play this cute little mini-game. Basically, you destroy all the enemies to successfully complete the hack. Now, if you take 3 hits, you'll be bounced out of the system and take some damage. But if you successfully complete it, you will destroy the enemy or at the very least take away a huge portion of its energy. This makes 9S pretty fun to play as. Not only will he destroy the target, but the resulting blast will damage nearby foes as well. You can set up different weapon sets if you want and switch between them on the fly with the D-pad. The quick access can also allow you to pick up items and switch between pods, which are these little flying machines that accompany your character. They provide means of communication and can give advice to you on certain situations. Well, very obvious, plain as day advice. It's kind of the running gag of this game.
Is that your Pod A2 are not equipped with ranged weaponry. Proposal. Unit A2 should take advantage of her support pod, which is equipped with helpful long-range attack features.
Don't patronize me.
The pods primarily function as your ranged attack. They start off by firing a Gatling gun, but they can later be equipped with other projectiles like homing missiles. They can as well unleash a special attack like firing a laser, activating a protective shield, or placing a gravity bomb. These attacks have a cooldown time, however, so you will need to use them wisely. Oh, and 2B can do this. Yep, she has a self-destruct move that destroys all enemies on the screen, reduces her health to 1, and removes her skirt. It's cheesy, but hey, it's all in good fun.
Now, dude, wouldn't that to some people be a little objectifying?
No, it's not. Besides, she's just a machine. They don't have souls anyway.
What?
9S can perform the self-destruct move as well. A2, on the other hand, can enter a berserker mode. In this mode, her speed and strength increases for a period of time at the cost of her defense. As this being an RPG, leveling up is of key importance. You will need to win battles and complete missions to level up your character. This increases health, attack power, defense, etc. Now overall, this game is not that difficult. Now, enemies can attack in bunches, which can get pretty annoying, so if you are like us, you will probably run around and take pot shots at a distance. Mostly you'll be fighting robots that range from small grunts, flying machines that shoot lasers, larger foes, and massive Goliaths. But the game never really feels unfair or overwhelming, until you get to the third playthrough where things get kicked up a notch. Now, some battles take way longer than they really need to. Now, Platinum Games is known for their challenging gameplay and extended battles. I mean, there were times where the original Bayonetta felt like the game that wouldn't end. But there are times in this game where certain sections just go on and on. It's not too hard, it just feels like padding, you know? To the point that some areas got a little boring because you just kept fighting the same enemies again and again. Now, every once in a while, you will engage in these shooting levels where your character gets access to a flying unit. Because this game came from Japan and we need to find an excuse to have flying mechs. Again, these sections have a tendency to overstay their welcome. Now, graphically speaking, the game is adequate. Being that some of the character designers on this game worked on the Final Fantasy titles, the game does have that neo-fantasy feel to it. Overall, the character designs and the backgrounds looked okay, but there were also the occasional pop-in textures. There were also use of fog effects that do add to the atmosphere, but at the same time, they may have been placed there to cover up any graphical shortcomings, but that's just our guess. Again, not saying that they were bad, just a bit unpolished. And we're also not a fan of the map system. We know what they were going for, sort of a digital look, but it does make it hard to read at times. The music in this game is quite beautiful, as it presents a peaceful vibe, which is contrast to all the high-octane action that's going on. It also has a very feminine feel to it, which fits since most of the characters in this game are of the fairer sex. By the way, when entering hacking mode, the music transforms into an 8-bit rendition, which is a nice touch. Hey, we're suckers for that kind of thing. Now, as fans of Japanese hack-and-slash games, we do freely admit that this is very much a niche market, as many gamers may be instantly turned off from a title like this. Even by looking at the cover, I mean, it just looks weird, with the main character looking all goth and all.
Hey there, guys. What's up?
This thing's weird, 2B. Let's kill it.
Wait, what? No. Good idea. No!
Okay, what was that?
But if you put away any previous biases, you may find something that you will enjoy. it was easy for us as we put around 40 hours into this game.
The controls are great, the combat is easy to pick up and enjoy, and the music is a real treat. The story, while nothing special, is capable of providing a raw emotional experience. Nier Automata is the type of game that will usually garner two different feelings. Some may see this as an instant masterpiece, while to others, it will probably be overrated and easily forgotten. To us here at the Brotherhood of Gaming, we can only review these games as honestly as we can. A good game to some can be another person's trash. To us at least, we found this game to be an overall satisfying and fun time, with a few flaws here and there. And even though the post-apocalyptic setting is one that we have gotten a little tired of, we still give this game a recommendation. But in the end, that's just our opinion.
What is it that separates machines from androids like us? The machines have gained emotions, consciousness. The final screams they summoned on the edge of death.
Well, there you guys have it. That's Nier Automata by Square Enix and Platinum Games. It's a good game?
I think so.
Alright, there you have it. So, be sure to join us next time on the Brotherhood of Gaming show, where we will review something else. But before you go, here's some cosplay from 2B. You're welcome.